What is up, Nerf Nation? I'm Naptown Nerf, and this is an unboxing and review of the Kaineng Robot Blaster. This is the Roaring Tiger gun. So, this is a product sent to me by lighttape.com. This is a new blaster slash toy they have on their site, and there's actually 5 different versions of this toy, and they're robots that transform into blasters. So that's pretty cool. Reminds me a little bit of the New Island toys that I remember seeing some reviews on maybe a year ago or so. So let's go ahead and take a look at this box and see what it has to offer us. So the box is pretty interesting. This being a toy made in China, you know, translation can be a little skewed at times, a little off. But down here it says die-cast deforming soft bullet blaster. Deforming. I'm assuming they mean transforming, but we'll roll with the deforming. They also have up here, it says deformation. Deformation. And below here, deformed blaster number 2. Deformed blaster. Hopefully we did not receive a deformed blaster, but this is the number 2 die-cast blaster in the line. We'll go ahead and flip over here to the back of the box to show you the other ones. There's different colors for each blaster or robot, and there's 5 of them in total, and they all combined into one guy, which is pretty darn cool. Up here we have deformed, shooting, body combinations, and interesting. I do think this is kind of interesting, but it's interesting they put interesting on the box. Nevertheless, let's go ahead and take a look at the side real quick. This says Roaring Tiger gun, which is the one we have here today, and it says attack power 4 and defend force 5. So a pretty cool box. They have the pictures on this side too, so definitely neat, kind of funny, and let's go ahead and open this thing up. Alright, so we got our guy out here. He's pretty cool. There's definitely some metal parts. These legs are metal here, so that's kind of neat. I haven't found anything else that's metal, but the legs are definitely metal. The black here and the white are pretty definitely die-cast there. We have 8 darts that are like these suction cup darts, kind of a, you know, a cheap Nerf dart kind of a thing. Foam feels alright. The dart head is pretty stiff. The suction cup there is kind of hard. So we'll see how those work, and then we'll definitely try some other types of darts. So the toy actually also comes with a dartboard or target, and there's kind of a target in the box too, so you could definitely set this up and shoot at it with the deformation. But this is pretty cool. Nice addition there. And then we get our directions, which are probably pretty important in this case because it'll tell us how to transform or deform our blaster. They keep going on with the deformation, which is interesting. I don't know if this is some sort of Chinese cartoon or something that these are based off of that's similar to our Transformers. I'm not sure, but there's definitely a good amount of directions there, so we'll definitely keep those on hand. So our little robot guy is pretty cool here. His legs can go out to the side, which is pretty neat, forward and back, which is cool. These kind of hinge away here. I'm sure that has to do with it transforming into the blaster. I'm trying to be careful with this because I don't want to break it. There we go. So that goes down into there. So that's pretty cool. The gun here that he's holding is just a separate part. That's interesting. The arms move back and forth. That's pretty cool. The back here is actually where the trigger is here, but it kind of looks like a jetpack or something. And then the top is where the dart will end up going, which is kind of cool. There is a little thing here that can pop over like this and go in front of his face. So I'm not sure what that's all about exactly. This kind of moves up and down. I'm sure there's a lot of moving parts considering this does deform or transform. So let's go ahead and transform this guy into the blaster form and see what he's got. Alright, I think we did it. Okay guys, so we have deformed the robot into blaster form. So that's pretty cool. The grip is small, but not too uncomfortable, and this is metal. The grip is metal, and then these parts are metal, so, or die cast. So that's pretty cool. The rest of the blaster is plastic, but that's okay. It definitely isn't like a comfortable blaster, but it's not like uncomfortable. It's definitely still usable. My finger fits fine in the hole, so it's not like too crazy, but obviously this is designed for a child and not for an adult, so it will fit a child just fine. I'm sure it'll be much more comfortable for them. You will pull back right here to prime the blaster, so very similar to like a Night Finder or a Fire Strike or one of those kinds of blasters. You put the dart in the front. It will not go all the way in. That's as far as it goes. And we'll go ahead and fire off a shot. Not great performance there, but to be expected with a toy like this. And they give you a lot of darts, but they don't give you anywhere to put them, from my knowledge, so there is no dart storage. You might be able to store one up here in the scope, maybe. But yeah, that's not what it's made for, so not really. Go ahead and fire another shot off. Yeah, that's getting very weak performance. I don't even think that I'll be able to get this to read on a chronograph. It's very, very low performance, but this is more for the fun of taking your blaster from a robot to a blaster and from a blaster to a robot. I definitely think that's really cool, definitely a neat idea. This is recommended for ages 6 and up, so probably depends on your 6-year-old whether they'd be able to do this by themselves or not, but I think that age is fine. I think it's a very cool toy, and I think it's really cool for kids to get into this, kind of, modding-esque kind of feel by transforming their robot into a blaster, following directions and doing that. I think that's a good learning, actually, experience. So I think this is a pretty neat toy. Definitely not great performance, and definitely don't get this to use as like a performing blaster. This will not perform well at all, but it is cool that your robot is turning into a blaster and then will fire a dart. We'll go ahead and try to fire a few other darts and see how it does doing that. Alright, so we'll go ahead and start out with a ordinary Nerf dart, Elite dart here. So that works. Actually shot a little bit harder. Try a Koosh dart. Having that much dart left out is not helping anything at all, and will probably cause your dart to get smashed more easily. Go ahead and try a Modulus Elite dart. So it definitely gets better performance with, better darts, which makes sense. But nothing to write home about by any means. But definitely a cool blaster. I really think it's something that's neat, and I think it would be cool to collect all of them and then transform them into one giant robot. I think that's definitely something fun. If you're interested in this toy robot blaster, I will put the link in the description box below, along with the links to all the other blasters in the line, so you can kind of check out the whole line. Big thanks to Lighttake.com for sending this my way. I think it's a really cool toy, and definitely don't forget to smash that like button. Please subscribe. And as always, peace out.